It is another insanely gorgeous day. Literally don't need this coat, but the hay and stuff when I have to carry it sticks to me, so I always put a jacket or something on. So let's get out there and let's feed some animals. So this is a pretty typical day for me. Usually the human kids wake me up before dawn and are starving, so I have to make them breakfast. And then I'm up and outside to feed all the animals. It's gotta be pushing like almost 70 out here. It's insane. The mamas are even just laying out here, waiting on me to come feed them. They're not even in the shed. Good morning. Oh, you good boy? Oh, you are? Good morning. There she is. Here's little Dobby doggy. Strange little cat dog you. Hi, Jack. Good morning. You're getting to be a gray old man, too. If you haven't met me yet, I'm Megan, an accidental farmer. I'm a stay-at-home mom who found herself quickly down the rabbit hole of homesteading, and I love every second of it. It started on a whim and a chick sale. Darn those chick sales. I had already thought in the back of my mind before that it would be fun to have some chickens at some point. And when I saw those little chicks for sale, I thought, how hard could it be? And like chicken math goes, those 6 turned into 10, turned into ducks, turned into a bunny, turned into pigs, turned into a guardian dog, turned into goats within the matter of a couple of years. So I guess I'm a farmer now. I grow vegetable crops in the summer, and I raise animals all year. We have new babies on the farm with the piglets, and soon it will be spring and we'll have chicks and ducks on the farm as well. And did I mention baby goats? I cannot wait for those adorable little baby goats. This week, John is traveling, and it's just the kids and I and Grams. Hey, Jimmy, let me get my bucket, and I'll get you some food, bud. Hi! You don't drink very much water compared to those girls. Every day I clean out all of the water tubs and feed all the beasties. Scraps and some feed to the pigs, feed to the chickens and ducks, fill the mineral feeders and hay for the goats, feed Bilbo, and water, hay, and feed Bun Bun, the Angora bunny. The kids take care of the house dogs morning and night and collect eggs with me. And then I top dress all the barns with straw or shavings. It's the same thing every day with those same faces, but it never gets old. Oh, don't drink that. Will, don't drink that muddy water. Yucky. What's up, Grace? How you doing this morning, Mama? I have 2 small children under the age of 6 and a very patient and supportive husband. He works out of the home and travels occasionally. So because of that, and that farming is really more my passion, I do a lot of this all on my own. I'll feed you in a second. It's Bocce Monday, so the kids are at my mom's, which helps out. So so I can hustle and get some stuff done today. Without them, that would be harder to do with them here. But it's still a really hard aspect of our lives when John goes away. We do have other responsibilities now. We have Grammy here, which means we spend some time over there with her. And we've got the farm animals and stuff to do outside. So it takes away some of my time that I probably would spend with the kids. And it's hard to balance the farm stuff, you know, with the kids stuff. And I try to incorporate the two together. But it doesn't always work out that way. The kids don't always want to come out and help, or it's just too stinking cold, or I have a lack of time, so I just need to do it quickly. Try to do stuff on the days that they're either at Bocce's house or with a sitter. You need a little more? Miss Piggy. I think you've about had enough, my friend. For any job, whether it be one that you're doing out of your house or one that's making you go away from home, I think there's a balance of work and home. You really just have to find out what that balance is for you and your family. But for us, it's always this teeter-totter of, have we spent enough time together this week or this month, and trying not to take on too much. And also for me is trying to incorporate family into my project time. So when I'm doing projects, can I incorporate the kids into it so they feel like they've gotten mommy time? Or can I incorporate John and I into it so we feel like we've had time together? I think everybody in a degree has that in their lives, but I think especially for somebody that's working from home, it's hard because work is at home. And it's a tricky scale to balance. And that's something that John and I have both been working on. Minnie has been doing a great job with her piglets. I think that Minnie is the only one that's been feeding them, but Ginger is still kind of bagged up. And it's been almost 2 weeks now, so she could be helping with the feedings. I don't know. She was super engorged after her babies were born, and I just felt so bad for her. So I think it was lucky and nice maybe that Minnie had her babies not long after. I don't feel like she's really as down and sad anymore since Minnie has had her babies and they've been around. And Miss Piggy here, I think we're gonna have to put on a diet. I'm gonna try to get her moved back over with Jimmy. She doesn't really serve a purpose over here other than trying to eat the mama's food. And she really needs to be on a diet. She's always been bigger, even as a little just weaned off the teat baby when we first got them. I was hoping that she was also pregnant, but I'm thinking that she's not. She was acting like she was in heat when Ginger had her babies, and Jimmy was messing with her quite a bit. See, she just bullies everybody. So we need to get her separated where we can put her on a diet, because I'm feeling like she's not taking when she's in heat, and she's been through several heat cycles now, so that worries me a little bit. I would really like to keep all 3 of these girls as breeders, but if she's not going to produce for us as a breeder, we're going to have to do something different and probably send her to freezer camp. I think that Ginger could go back into heat fairly quickly, like as soon as 2 weeks after they usually wean their piglets, but if she never had piglets on her, then probably 2 weeks, postpartum. She's been kind of frisky towards the other females that she's with right now, so I'm assuming that she's starting to go into heat. Really need to get her moved back over with Jimmy so that we can get her bred again and hopefully have some late spring piglets. I feel like too, as these piglets get a little bit bigger, it'll be easier to separate them out if I'm only having to separate Minnie away from them. So it just feels like a better overall plan. And then the 2 girls can have some more forage forest space to cut down on my feed bill. Ugh. Silly goats, that's the pig's food. Ugh. Here, goaty goats. So I always spoil these guys a little bit, try to get them off of the pig feed since the pigs are in here right now. And I'll throw black oil sunflower seeds and a little kelp in the bottom to get them going, and then I fill this hay feeder up real good. Oh my goodness, there's a chipmunk! A chipmunk just literally almost hit my ankle. And then I try to feed Bilbo, wherever he may be. He's usually standing here waiting for me. Bilbo's chasing the ground squirrel, or chipmunk, that almost hit my ankle. He almost got it too. I need a Bilbo cam. That would be puke-tastic and hilarious at the same time, because he moves so quickly. Bilbo, you need your own drone. I think it went up in the tree, but he hasn't figured it out yet. Dogs, jeez. Bilbo, come eat. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. There's your food. Good boy. Eat your food, bud. Oh, can't stop thinking about it. Squirrel. Nope. So this is where it's nice out, but I'm putting a coat on because the hay sticks to me like crazy and it kind of irritates my arms a little bit carrying it in. I'm just peeling off a round bale. As you can see behind me, I've got it tarped right now. That works for me because where I get my hay from, they only do round bales. So I just peel off the outer layer. When my dad comes and drops it off for me, he'll stand it up on end, so it's easier for me to peel. The first one, I didn't have him stand up on end, and I would have to like kind of roll it a little bit to like get the underside of the hay. If you don't get part of that layer off, it's really hard to start the other side. Cover them with tarps so that they stay dry, and you just pull back the tarp each day and peel another layer off and fill your hay feeder. The goats have put several holes in my feeder. I just used fencing that I had. It was kind of lightweight. As you can see, they've like bent down a lot of the squares of it. And then they've also made their own little head holes in it. And then at the seams have also made it more convenient by making holes. Are you having some of that, Wilbur? Will? We just, their heads are still under the hay. The pigs eat some of it. As you can see, they're eating off the whatever fell on the ground. They'll also eat out of the bottom trough a little bit. And peekaboo! They're so goofy. So I'll fill this up as full as I can. They'll all stand on this one side and eat, because the pigs have been dominating this other side. I also give a flake of hay to both sets of pigs, so to Jimmy, who's in his own paddock, and to the mamas who are in the she shed. If you didn't know, especially this breed of pigs, the American Guinea Hogs, they actually eat quite a bit of grass,
so they enjoy that fibrous hay in the winter as well. I'll put a flake in with the mamas and it'll be gone by tomorrow. Jimmy doesn't really eat it as quickly. I think the mamas are just like extra ravenous because Ginger's sloughing off pregnancy and Minnie is actually lactating. So, and then Miss Piggy, she just has a big girl appetite. So I make sure to give them some hay too, especially the mamas, because they're in a very small little run right now. They have already tilled up all the grass that's in that little run, and they don't have any forage to get to like they did in the wood line with Jimmy in the pig palace paddock. I feel like the pigs and the goats have really cleaned out this 1 acre of most of the foraging type of foods that they could eat out of it. There was a lot of acorns, persimmons. They have been eating cedar bark, the greenery off of the cedars, and they have also been rooting a lot and eating a lot of the scrubby brush. So there's no more leaves left on any of the honeysuckle that stays green through the winter. We've got honeysuckle vine like crazy through these properties. I'm excited for them to kind of keep that down. But I feel like I could technically move them into more woodline and they could forage for a lot more food for the rest of the winter. I was feeding them sparingly according to what other people were feeding them, and they did just fine on their pregnancies. They held their condition. They looked great, and if I got out here late in the morning to feed them off of my regular schedule, they would already be in the woodline finding their own breakfast. And I feel like they would have foraged a lot more if I would have pushed back their feeding to like midday or something like that. So I'm all for that. That helps my bank account, and I think it's better for the animals, and it's definitely good for the property because they're cleaning up stuff that we don't have to physically clean up. I need to section off another paddock, hot wire it, which means I got to get more fencing supplies, and maybe paddock off 2 more so that we're ready for spring. I've been feeding my flock a high-protein feed because the ducks require it, and I have noticed that their eggs do drop off in laying if I don't feed them that higher protein. You can see the ducks waddling away over there. They cannot eat without water because they'll choke. So you'll see them come take several bites and then waddle over to their water. Watch, these guys will go. They'll waddle over to their water, take a couple drinks, and come back. And the piglets are out. Oh my gosh. Look how cute. So stinking cute. I was just about to go in and check on them. So the 2 completely black ones are girls, and the 3 with spots are boys. Super easy to remember. Oh my goodness. I don't know if the mamas are gonna let me get in here to like video them closer. Little tails wagging, so cute. Nibbling on each other and playing. That one's scratching its belly. Oh, I wish I could get closer. Oh, Miss Piggy, don't hurt yourself getting up, lady. Don't hurt yourself. Oh, she's not. She wouldn't dare. Shh. doing that so the piglets can have some? Sometimes I think they just like to drink dirty water. They try very hard to drink dirty, dirty water. What is your deal, Ginger? Oh, she's letting the piglets get to him. Look how good of a mama she is. How cute. Oh, Ginger mama. Maybe I'll give her another week with the piglets. I think she's really enjoying them. Look at her. Oh, she's being so sweet to them. Those are not her piglets. They're so cute. Oh my gosh, I just can't stand it. I just want to stand out here all day. I wonder if they let me get in there now that they're all inside. Let's try. Oh, never mind. Just joking. She heard me. Look at her. She's yelling at him. Look at what a good mama you're being. These aren't even your babies. You guys have no idea how hard it is to stay quiet and let you just have a moment with these piglets. They are cracking me up. I could literally watch those babies all day, every day. So before I get myself in trouble on time, I need to get back to the house, do some editing to get these videos up and out, and do the things that I said I already don't have time for, like cleaning the house and preparing the animals for this weekend for our sitter. These Muscovy ducks are cracking me up too because they've been kind of roguing out on me. Jimmy pulled down part of my netting that I had for the chicken run, and so the Muscovies have been just free ranging, and they're all still around, so knock on wood. But they're just chilling all over the place. They're chilling here with Jimmy in his paddock. Jimmy. So if you can see Jimmy's ear there, it's nibbled on. The girls for some reason pick on him only on that side. They've ripped his ear lobe. It's super weird. I've never seen it bleeding. It just looks more and more serrated as time goes on. And I'll see them nibbling on his ear, but it's almost like an affectionate nibbling. It's super strange. So I'm wondering if anybody else is. And they don't do it to the girls. They don't do it to each other. The girls just do it to him. His other ear's nibbled on, but not bit. That's funny. I'm headed to go pick up the kids. It's been so warm the last 2 days, and it just feels like spring is coming. It's a crazy feeling because it's February, and it's supposed to snow again this week. I know, super insane, but I don't know. There's just an energy. You can hear the birds chirping, and maybe that'll just go to rest soon. Who knows? But for now, I like that feeling. Make a note. I feel it. Spring is coming.